Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, we'll discuss autosomal recessive trait. So what are autosomal recessive traits? Autosomal recessive traits are the traits which are present in autosomes or which are present in autosomal chromosomes, and inheritance of these traits are recessive, means they will show in pedigree when they are present in homozygous condition. So this is autosomal recessive trait. So what are the characters of autosomal recessive traits? First, you can see that pedigree. Autosomal recessive trait occurs in both sexes with equal frequency. Here in that pedigree, you can see that it is a female and it is a male. So it is occurring in both sexes with equal frequency. So next trait of autosomal recessive trait is, next character of autosomal recessive trait is offspring inherit two alleles. So here a affected offspring must have to inherit two copies, one from each parent. Suppose these are parents and these have genetic makeup like this. So for occurring that trait, so if this offspring is showing that trait, then it must have to inherit one copy from each parent. So it have to inherit this copy from that parent and this copy from that parent. So here now it is homozygous recessive. So you know that a recessive inheritance will show in a pedigree when it is present in homozygous condition. So how a offspring will be in homozygous condition? Offspring will be in homozygous condition if it will inherit one copy of that recessive trait from one parent and another from another parent. So a affected offspring always have heterozygous heterozygous parents. So a person which is affected or offspring which is affected will always have heterozygous parents. Next is these autosomal recessive traits skips generation. So here in that pedigree you can see that here the trait is not showing in that generation. So this is first generation, this is second generation. Here in second generation you can see that it is appearing. So this trait appears in second generation. Now in third generation it is not appearing. Next in fourth generation, here it is appearing. So you can say that it often skips generation, and after skipping generation it appears suddenly in next generation. So it skips generation. Autosomal recessive traits skip generations. Next is when both parents are heterozygous. Suppose both parents are heterozygous. When both parents are heterozygous, 1/4 of their offspring will be affected. How? You can see that. So I will make capital A, capital A, capital A, small a, small a, capital A, and this one small a, small a. So out of 4 here, 4 combination, 1 will be affected. So this will be affected. So when both parents are heterozygous, 1/4 of this their offspring will be affected. So here in that you can say that here in that case in third generation, so these parents both are heterozygous. So here you can see that out of 4, 3 are unaffected and 1 is affected. So here 1/4 of offspring are affected when both are heterozygous. When affected person mates outside the family. Suppose a person and he is affected. So genetic makeup of that person will be small a, small a. When he mates outside the family, there is a much probability that it will not have that allele. So it will be capital A, capital A. So when it mates, affected persons mates outside the family, it mates from other person that is outside his or her family, then you can here you can see that capital A, small a, capital A, small a, capital A, small a, capital A, small a. No offspring will be affected. So when a affected person mates outside his family, his or her family, then all of their offspring will be unaffected, but all will be carrier. All will be carrier. So here you can see that all are carrier because all is having small a. So all are carrier, but no one is affected. And the last one is consanguinity. Means when a person mates within family or mates with related person. So here you can see that this male is mating with this female and both are related because both have common forefathers. So both have common grandparents. So here you can see that. So this type of marriages are called consanguinity, or this type of mating is called consanguinity. So in case of consanguinity, there is a greater chance that they will have affected offsprings. Why? Here in that case both are unaffected because they are coming from same family. So, and this family history shows that allele is running in this family. So there is a greater chance that both will be heterozygous. When both will be heterozygous, we know that 1/4 of offspring will be affected. So in case of consanguinity or mating with a person that is related, there are greater chance that their offspring will be affected. So this is autosomal recessive trait. So here it appears in both sexes. Affected offspring will have 2 allele of that trait, one from each parent. Means affected offspring will have heterozygous parents. It will skip generation. This trait will skip generation. It will appear after skipping many generations. So it can, you can say, remain hidden in generations and then suddenly it can appear. When both parents are heterozygous, 1/4 of their offspring will be affected. Affected person when mates outside the family, none of their offspring will be affected, but all will be carrier. In case of consanguinity, or you can say marriage between related persons, so here you can say that you can see that these are both of these are related because they have common grandparents. So in that case, there is a greater chance that they will have affected offspring because there is a chance, greater chance that both of them will be heterozygous because this allele is running in their family. So this is autosomal recessive trait.